Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Clea Romano. So today I am going to talk about something that is very important for me. This topic I have been thinking about sharing how I felt after I had my baby. Most of us moms, especially those first time moms, tend to put ourselves or put our feelings behind because we think that there are other more important things to focus on and to think about. And so, because it makes us vulnerable to the judgment of other people or the criticism of the people that surrounds us. I don't know if you have ever felt being resentful. This is something that I have felt when I was so stressed about things that I can't control. And when my baby was still a few months old, let's say the first 2 months or the first month, it was really stressful for me. And not just that, going on with the recovery, after delivery is not that easy, and you really have to go through all those things. So when Natalia came to our lives, we were really happy and we were really excited, and we didn't know what to expect because these are all first time experience for us. And just to let you know that we live here abroad, away from our family. So our families are in the Philippines, and there's really no one to support us here, to be with us here, to help us with taking care of Natalia or putting Natalia to sleep. So I would say the first few months or first few weeks when Natalia came was really tough for us. And those were sleepless nights, and all I do is just feed the baby, and she constantly feeds on me during the first few weeks. All I do is just pump as much as I can so that to increase my milk supply as well. Honestly speaking, there are times that Jib and I would fight because there are things that we don't agree on. I think us moms, we tend to be more emotional, especially with our baby. If the baby cries, we tend to overthink things. And looking at my husband, men are just, you would see them, you would think that they have no emotion at all. And I would think about, why am I so emotional? And compared to him, that seems like he's not really. Baby, wait, so hala, oy, unsa na ako pag-vlog? Paminaw sab. Taleng. Can you listen to mommy? Can you listen to mommy vlogging today? Nandyan lang siya. We were practicing, or we're training her to sleep on her cot bed because she is starting to crawl, and it gets really dangerous for her to sleep with me and on the bed. So we started to train her last night to sleep in the cot bed, and we got no sleep at all. Isn't it? Baby, darling. Okay. So back on my topic. Okay, so nasa ni mommy, babe. Before, I would think that Jib doesn't care at all, or my husband doesn't care at all, because he wouldn't show any emotions. And then on the other hand, there I am crying or getting really stressed out, and then when I look at his face, he seems so indifferent at all. I know that he cares so much for his baby, for Natalia. He's doing the best as he could as well. But it's just probably they don't really show their emotions. Maybe they're just keeping it inside. So So that's why I get so annoyed with him. I am probably just very emotional. Before Natalia, all I think about is just myself. That was before. And then when Natalia came, like, I've got this new role as a mom, which really is a big challenge for me. And there's this little human being that changes everything significantly. It's the biggest, toughest, but sweetest change in our lives. First few weeks, I would say I was constantly, taking care of her. One of the things that has stressed me about was when I had these pains when I breastfeed her. So it was really tough, and I still have these stitches on me. I'm still recovering from my C-section, but then I have to move. I have to do the things I have to do for my baby. We only do, like, let's say Jib would stay awake for the night because he would check on Natalia, and then whenever I need to feed Natalia, I would also stay awake. So we do shiftings. I do the mornings and Jib will do the nights, or yeah, it really depends on. At that time, we're still learning and we're still trying out how we could make all the situation better for us, especially with regards to our sleep pattern. Those things really stressed us a lot, and so we tend to, we tend to have arguments, disagreements. And when my husband and I would fight with each other and would argue, we don't really sit and talk about it. We tend to just carry on what we're doing, and then the next day comes, and then another day comes, and then we just go on with the routine of taking care of Natalia and doing what we need to do for the family or for Natalia. And then there's this one time where I was really annoyed of what he did, and I can't remember what he did specifically, but I was really annoyed at him. And that time I just snapped, like, I think because it was something that is I have kept inside of me for a long time, and that we haven't really talked about it. And that time it just snapped. I had enough. I give up. I really have to just do something about this, because my husband is not really the kind of guy who talks over things, and I'm also not the type of person who would really share my feelings. I tend to keep some things inside me. Yeah, I mean, he's not the type of person that would really sit and talk over things, why we argue on, or why we have these misunderstandings. So he's not that type of person, and my personality as well is just the same. So we don't really talk that much. Yeah, and we just tend to, like, carry on. At one point, even the littlest thing he do, I get so annoyed. There's a lot of things going on in my mind, like, because of these physical changes, new role as a mom. These are the things has been going on through my mind. At that point, I just wanted to have a little bit of appreciation from him. I just wanted for him to appreciate me more, and to give me some reassurance, because these physical changes you have when you become a mom, when you delivered your baby, you gain a lot of weight, you have these stretch marks, you feel like you are less attractive compared to before, and you feel like your partner or your husband is not attracted to you anymore. And those things go through your mind. At one point, I felt like I was only playing the role of being a mom to Natalia. I'm the person who changes her nappies, feeds her, putting her to sleep, and playing the role as a wife as well. cooking for my husband, or like cleaning the house, doing those things, makes me think that, I'm just playing those roles and nothing else. Like, I needed some appreciation and some reassurance, those kinds of things, affection. I just wanted a reassurance from my husband that, you're doing really well, just as simple as that, and like, I appreciate you a lot. Those simple words really would make me feel a lot better if he said those things to me. So yeah, so what I did was, this was really funny. This is how desperate I am in wanting to change how my husband is, like, because he doesn't really want to talk over things. He's not that type of guy. Because he's a kind person, he would just, if I told him that I don't want these things done like this, he would change because I said it to him, but he would not really talk to me over about it. Like, he would not really sit with me and talk about it, like, why are you mad at this, or what could have been done, what we could have been done to avoid these problems, to avoid these misunderstandings. What I did was, I really searched for videos in YouTube, and I found this video about that it's normal to feel resentful. It's okay. It's okay to feel resentful at times. It's okay to feel stressed over something at times, especially when you are a new mom. Yeah, so that's what I did. I watched over videos, I searched on Google on how to deal with how I felt that time. So I have actually made a list in my phone, the things that I get really annoyed about my husband. And I was also expecting for him to tell me the things that he gets annoyed about me. I wanted for us to have like an open conversation, and most of the time we fight with each other because of how we take care with my baby. I tend to be the one who would think a lot of things. Like, I will be the one who will be stressing out, and then he will be the one who will just chill, relax. And I just wanted to make sure that we are giving the best for Natalia. We are doing the right thing for Natalia. That's why we have these misunderstandings. So that night after we argue, I searched for videos and for information in the internet where, I could get some advice, how I could deal with the situation and with my feelings towards my husband. And those information say that we really have to talk over those arguments and the cause for the arguments. So yeah, after that, I really made a list on my phone on what are the things that I get so annoyed with him. And I was also expecting for him to tell me the things that he gets so annoyed with me, in order for us to have, an open communication, and just to reflect on ourselves, so that we could just make everything better, and so that we could give the best care that we could give for Natalia. So after I made a list of the things, that I was so annoyed with him, I then set an alarm on my phone, because I know that he would go to his office the next day and he would leave early in the morning. So I set an alarm. I think I have set an alarm at around 6 in the morning, because he normally sets an alarm after 6. So I set an alarm at 6, and then I set an alarm at 6 in the morning so that we could have plenty of time to talk things over. I woke him up at 6 and I just told him, Jib, we have to talk. And then I was so nervous that time. Like, I didn't really know how I would act that time. Would I act tough? But I know that I have to look serious in front of him, and I have to tell him all those points where I get so annoyed with him. He did not actually know until now that I made a list in my phone, and I was looking at the list, I was glancing at the list while I was telling him those things. Like, I told him just as naturally as I can, but I was glancing at my phone and pointing out all those things that we should talk over. That conversation, we had an exchange of things that we don't agree on and how we felt with each other. And I told him that I just needed more appreciation and some reassurance from you. I felt like I am just playing the role of being a mom and being a wife. I don't really mind doing those things because I know that's my role, but it's just that maybe a little more appreciation would mean a lot to me. Simple words like, you're doing great, you're doing really well, it would change a lot. So after that conversation we had, I felt like there was tons of weight lifted off my chest. I felt so relieved. I felt really happy that we had this conversation and we had the time to talk over things. And after that, we were really happy, and then from then on we now talk things over as much as possible. And yeah, that's just how I dealt with it. I would not say that we are the perfect family, because that's just a fake thing that you could say. There will always be arguments and there will always be disagreements. I guess that's just normal, because when you talk things over, it makes the situation a lot better and it makes you improve. And I just wanted to share it to you guys how I felt and what I did, how I dealt with it, because I know that there are also other moms out there, especially first time moms, who are really stressed over things and they felt being resentful towards their husband or towards their partner. They just didn't think that they need to talk over about it because they tend to put their feelings behind. They probably think that it's not that important to talk over how they feel. If there is something that is really bothering you, I would say just share your feelings towards your partner or your husband, and things would get a lot better. And you're doing great. I know that it's not easy having this new role of a new mom, but I know that you are doing your best and you're doing great in what you do. You're doing the best for your baby. That's the most important thing. And yes, and that's it. So thank you very much for watching in today's video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please click the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. I hope to see you soon on my next vlog. This has been Clea Romano. Bye!